Hello, friends. Big news in the variance world. The Atomic World Champion for 2025 has been banned from Lichess. And it's just unprecedented that something like this could happen, that a player with such tremendous skill um, has found himself gone from the site. And we still don't really know what's going to happen in terms of his titles and so on. But let's dive into what's exactly going on. So it's probably best explained. One of the top atomic players, Jake State Farm, has posted a blog outlining exactly what has transpired. And it may not be for the reasons that you think. So the first thing we may think of is, did this player cheat? No, uh, it wasn't actually that at all. And yet it was just circumventing the rules of Lichess by creating an account to try to maximize the rating. Now, why would somebody do this? Is it ego? Is it arrogance? Is it just because he's already achieved everything he wants to by being world champion? But it's here outlined that NeverofZero created another account called God's Particle, reached a rating of 3,000, and subsequently was banned from Lichess for ratings manipulation. Now, after this ban, he has immediately closed his account. So whether that's saying, I've just had enough of Lichess, I've had enough of these rulings, I don't agree with it, or whether it's hiding something more, that part is still to be determined. What's going to happen to the titles? He just played a world championship match with Natso. Will he still retain this world championship title or will it be relinquished? Well, that remains to be seen. But this is nothing new. Now, some players, very, very strong players, they go, well, let's just try and get my rating to the highest ever. And there's nothing wrong with that. You play your games, you beat the best of the best, but then there's the temptation, oh, well, let's get to some ridiculous number. And like I said, it's happened before. So let's just have a look. NeverofZero, you can see here, he's closed his account. And this it used to come up, this account is being closed. Now it just comes up, no such player. But of course, the username has been taken. So whether it can be unblocked or not is remains to be seen. But has this happened before? Absolutely. Has it happened in anti-chess? Yes, it has. We've seen ratings manipulation happen. We've had players banned before. One such instance of manipulating ratings or doing whatever is this fellow here, Abby Santera. And in the anti-chess community, you might know him better as Yabba Dabba Doo, who had this account, was in the top few on the leaderboard, and then just one night decided to lose 500 points for no reason, play lost openings, and get banned. All right, so that's a silly reason to get banned, but of course it's against the spirit of the site. You can't just sack your rating or increase it arbitrarily. And a famous atomic example has actually been Chronotog. So those in the atomic community probably know Chronotog. Back in the FICS days, he had all his ratings removed. No, it actually wasn't for Atomic. It was for a variant called Wild 5. Again, he wanted to get his rating up to some magical, ridiculous number like 3,000, and of course got banned. So it just goes to show, don't mess around with this. Play properly. It is purely an ego thing to want to get ridiculous ratings like this. Um, so let's just look at one of the games because to those of you wondering, oh, well, did NeverofZero ever cheat? I don't believe he ever did. There's been no evidence for it. And one of the games he just played was in the recent World Championships just weeks ago was very impressive. And we'll just very quickly look at this game for fun. So NeverofZero was black against Natso. And we have a fairly mainline opening with knight f3, but we have the exchange variation with the knights off. White will sacrifice the knight here. This is all theory that we know pretty well. And very slightly different here to castle. So we continue the moves. White has this nice pawn expansion, trying to block black's pieces in. But still, black has a little bit of mobility. He's trying to get positioning open if those pawns ever are able to be busted apart. So now white really tries to attack hard, bang it in, sacrifices. And black actually plays an accuracy here. So knight c6 probably not the best move, but again, it's just proof that it's not a computer play. So sacrifice. But it does allow this nice infiltration, so we can get that bishop in there. So again, doesn't really care about exploding the rook here. Now the bishop has got in. So according to the engine, it's equal, but this is still very sharp, very difficult to play. So now the queen tries to find an entry point. But again, white's king is really stuck. So trying to exchange off. And the queens get traded, but now you can sort of see black's defense is held up all right for now, and this is strong. Now, if you can just find a way of getting rid of this, we can really start activating the pieces. So that's exactly what black does, try to get rid of that center. And now there's an opening. So we get in there, and this is a very hard move to find, but really white's only defense was to come rook here, which looks awkward, but because it does by exploding open this up. Uh, However, the more natural move of bishop d6 probably wasn't best, because now we can see not only have you blocked this rook, but these rooks are coming in. So now it becomes very difficult to defend. And it's pretty much over here with good play. So you might try to escape, but now really great move, bishop a6, bring the third piece in and really hem that king in, and there's nothing much to be done now. There will be mate very soon. So pretty wonderful game. But just shocking. I mean, you think for a world champion to be banned, has this ever happened before? We've had very strong players banned in variants. We've had grandmasters banned from tournaments for suspected cheating. So where will this end up? And it remains to be seen. We still have the Anti-Chess World Championship on right now, the candidate section. And so we really hope it all goes smoothly, everyone plays properly, and just a kind of a warning out there to any strong player or anyone at all. There's no need to screw around with the servers. No need to prove you're the best by getting 3,000 rating. Check your ego and just play and know that there are other players out there also trying to do their best and not manipulate their rating too. All right, so that is all the news for now. Thank you very much. See you in the next video or stream.